So I got an email from Yale, where I attended college, asking me to welcome the new graduates to Yale. Now, let me tell you a few things about my family that make us very involved in things like this. A, we were all taught to give back and help out when you can. B, we all pretty much went to Ivy League schools. And C, we like to belong to old-timey clubs. So I still belong to the Yale Club in New York. I don't even use it, but I just do, for God knows what reason. So when I got this email asking me to welcome the new Yale grads, I thought, oh, it's my duty, my civic duty to do that. So I decided to go. It's at Bodega Bar, and I thought, oh, that should be super fun. So I call a friend of mine, I pick her up, I bring her with me. I drive to Culver City to see her. We chat for a while. And I don't have a smartphone at the time. She does. So she puts Bodega Bar in her phone, and off we go to Santa Monica. We arrive there, and there's a bouncer at the door, like a big, formidable, large bouncer. Now, this is not typical of Yale events. I mean, most of our events are picnics or, going to see the Philharmonic at the Hollywood Bowl. So this was a little unusual. He's got a clipboard, and he doesn't want to let me in. I argue with this guy. I'm like, my name's on the list. He's like, your name's not on the list. So I say, listen, can I go in and find Mark, the president of the club? I already paid for the event. He knows I'm here. He knows I'm coming. I'm sure he'll let me in. The guy's like, I can't do that. I'm sorry, people aren't allowed. He's very Hollywood, very Hollywood. You're not coming in. So finally I wear the guy down and he says, just go ahead in, lady. It's fine. So we go in and my friend says she's just going to sit and eat because it is embarrassing to run around and talk to young graduates. So she leaves me to do my duty. So I walk up to this nice young couple and I say, hi, I'm Nellie Sciutto. They're like, hey, I wanted to welcome you to Los Angeles. They're like, thanks so much. I'm like, great. Have a great time. So I approach my next victim. He's a young guy in his 20s. I'm like, hi, I'm Nellie Sciutto. He's like, hi, I'm Tom. I'm like, welcome to LA. How are you liking it? He's like, it's okay. I'm like, great. Well, when I went to Yale, I studied Chinese and business, and I really loved the campus. It was such a great experience for me. He's like, okay. I'm like, so what did you study? He's like, in college? Yeah. Communications? I'm like, oh, okay. So that's great. And, college was a great experience for me. I just wanted to welcome you. Welcome to LA. He's like, can you excuse me for a moment? So I leave. I go up to the next set of girls. It's 2 girls. I'm like, hey, girls, what's happening? They're like, awesome party, right? And they're like, yeah, the food's off the charts. So we start talking, and I was like, when I was at Yale, I really enjoyed the choir and all the football events. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, so what about you guys? What was your favorite experience? And they're like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what was your favorite experience in college? And they're like, I didn't even go to college, says one of the girls. I was like, oh, okay. But, then, this is the event to welcome you guys to Los Angeles. And they're like, I don't know. I've been here for 3 years. And all of a sudden it dawns on me. I'm like, wait a second. This isn't the party to welcome Yale grads to Los Angeles? And they both look at me and they start giggling. And I start to realize that I'm not at the welcome the Yale grads to Los Angeles party. And just as I say that, screens drop down, Jeff Probst walks out and announces that it's the premiere party for Survivor. I was so embarrassed. I had been running around telling everybody, oh my God, when I was at Yale, I did this. Oh my God, I loved my college experience. And now I understood why I got those blank stares. So I just went and I stuffed my face with the good food and I ate away my embarrassment.